Baseball League season.
Falmouth Commodores baseball at Gov Fuller Field for the final time in the regular season, as tonight your doors get set to host the Wareham Gatemen. Alongside Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman, I'm Farrell Hudson, opening the door for one last time in the regular season. And Tim, just an hour or two ago, the Commodores finishing with an unfortunate extra innings loss at the hands of the first place Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Right, we just got over here a couple of minutes ago, actually, and Falmouth had a very tough loss. One of the toughest losses of the season. The Commodores were up 2-0 going into the bottom of the sixth inning. It was only a 7-inning game. It ends up going to extra innings as the Commodores battled back, got one in the top of the seventh, but end up losing in extras. So you lose your first game after 2 straight wins for the Commodores.
Andrew, the chase for home field now for the Commodores is just that much steeper.
Yeah, it becomes a little bit tougher. You're now 3 points back of Bourne, so a game and a half, and Bourne's still to play a game tonight. And then you got another game tomorrow for Falmouth and Bourne as well. But it does become a little tougher, and it also removes pretty much your chances. It does remove your chances. Hyannis 3 games ahead with 2 to play. So no division title this year. With that win against Hyannis, if they were to sneak it out, they would have had a chance. But they still have a chance to get the 2 seed. They're 3 points back of Bourne, and tonight is going to make a big difference.
And we saw that 4-run victory versus Bourne earlier this week. And for the Commodores, you're just happy to be back in the playoffs after 3 years. But now you have a team who's been hot lately in Wareham, Tim, and they've been the Commodores' kryptonite this year.
It's amazing, right? A team that has been at the bottom of the West standings all season long, and the Commodores are 1-3 against them this season. The last time these two squared off was exactly a week ago, and it was 14-2 Wareham they took it. So certainly a team they got to figure out how to play better against today.
And last night for Wareham, a punctuating victory over those Bourne Braves.
Yeah, 9-1, and they won their earlier game 7-1 as well. So a combined 2 runs given up in both games that the Gatemen played yesterday, and it's because of their pitching. 13 strikeouts against the Bourne Braves. They only walked 3 Bourne hitters. The Gatemen pitching has relied on the strikeout game. They've done it against Falmouth a couple of times. That's their bread and butter. That's their MO. They're probably going to do that again with Jaden Barfield on the mound today.
And Barfield pitched incredibly last time out against the Commodores. But, Tim, it's been a reverse of trends lately. The Gatemen have had quite the rise in the month of July.
They really have. I mean, the fact that they are now tied for last place with Katuitt, and they control their destiny. Wareham wins out the rest of the season. They're in the playoffs. I mean, you said that maybe a month ago. You would have maybe said you're crazy. I mean, that's how much of a turnaround it's been. Katuitt also plays later today, actually, against Hyannis. So certainly a lot to go down in the bottom of the standings of the West.
Yeah, this is a team that began 5-15 in their first 20. Since then, they've won 8 of 15, just about. So, Andrew, tonight, though, for the Gatemen, they're 2-16 on the road, but one of those 2 wins came over the Commodores here July 10th and the 13th.
Yeah, their whole MO this year has been guarding the gate, and I'd say they've done it pretty well. 2-16 on the road, and they still have a chance to get into the playoffs. In what has been a weaker West Division, the East Division has had all of the better teams along this year, but to have a chance to be in the playoffs, that shows what Wareham is. They're a gritty baseball club.
And for the Commodores, we saw a very good start earlier from Wyatt Dion, and that leads us to now tonight's pitching matchup.
And Brady Chambers is on the mound for the Doors. He opened last time. I expect a similar result today, probably just a couple of innings for him. He went 3 innings his last appearance, and then for Wareham, it is Jaden Barfield, and last time out against the Doors, back on July 13th, he was dominant in 2 innings.
On the side of the Wareham Gatemen, Andrew, who do you have as your player to watch?
I look at the Duke product, the Blue Devil, R.J. Hamilton has had a tremendous season. Probably going to be hitting leadoff for Wareham. Not sure entirely yet, but he had a great day yesterday in both of those games. I expect him to continue his hot season. He's hitting right around 300.
And he had that leadoff homer on pitch number 2 of the ballgame back on July 10th off Kaniel Rosado. But for the Commodores to get back in the win column tonight, Tim, who do you see as a player to watch?
A.J. Putty has been red hot recently. He has 2 extra base hits after a double today and a home run, his first of the season last night. Those are 2 of his 3 on the season, so certainly been feeling better at the plate.
Falmouth and Wareham tonight from the Gov. First pitch at 6:30 on Cape League TV.
It's hard to believe, but it is time for Game 39 of 40 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season. And for the last time this season, it is Wareham taking on Falmouth in the second game today, as the Commodores have already played against Hyannis today. We welcome you into the broadcast booth at Gov Fuller Field for the final time of this regular season. It's Timmy Weiss alongside Andrew Hilsman, Farrell Hudson, also with us down on the sideline. And Andrew, it's hard to believe we're already here, but Game 39, and what a fun season it's been so far.
Yeah, I know you and I have talked about how little I like recognizing that the regular season's almost over. Well, now it's here. I don't really have a choice anymore, but it's crazy to believe. We started this journey June 13th, and it's been an up-and-down year for Falmouth, but who cares? They're back in the playoffs for the first time in 3 summers. So last time was 2023. I guess it's going to be postseason baseball in Falmouth, Massachusetts. There's hard to think of anything that's more satisfying than that.
That's the thing we're still trying to figure out, is when Falmouth will play that first home playoff game. Right now it is very likely to be on Wednesday, but it is not quite decided just yet.
Right.
So you look at the standings right now, and Falmouth is 3 points back of Bourne, who is in second. They cannot catch first place after the loss to Hyannis today, but if Falmouth was to win 2 games and Bourne was to lose 2 games to end the season, then Falmouth would overtake them and have a chance at playing a home game at Gov Fuller Field. So it's interesting to see how much is on the line, but for the opponent today, Wareham, there might be even more on the line.
Yeah, they control their own destiny, which is a positive for them. And crazy to think, after the first 20 games, they were 5-15. Even crazier, they're 2-16 on the road. One of those wins coming here. But they've lived up to their motto, Timmy. They've guarded the gate extremely well. A stellar record at Spillane Field. And they control their own destiny. They went out, they're in, and Cotuit has a lot left to do. And Cotuit was a team that was kind of a shoo-in to make the playoffs, and they haven't made it. It's been since 2016 that they have not made it. They've been a while. And now for the Commodores, they're back into the playoffs, but a tough one earlier today.
5 straight losses for Cotuit, but for Falmouth today, they have already played a game, and that was at Hyannis. It was a 3-2 defeat, and or 4-3 defeat in extra innings, excuse me. It was a game that Falmouth was up 2-0 for a lot, and then it just slipped away.
Yeah, just a tough bottom of the 6th where 3 runs came across. Hyannis was able to string together some hits, but really a great start from Wyatt Dion. I think Jack Dahm has his Game 3 starter if needed, or his 3rd playoff starter in the form of Wyatt Dion if they need him. He turned in a great outing, but just, you see there 4 hits. Dallas Brooks got his first home run of the summer, but the offensive prowess that we've seen over the last couple of weeks just didn't really show itself for Falmouth. That's what kind of bit him in the rear in that ball game. A tough error in there as well, but you got to give credit to Falmouth as well. They brought it back, tied the game in the top of the 7th, and Kason Murphy was fantastic in the bottom of the 7th to send the Harbor Hawks down 1-2-3, but just couldn't muster anything in the top of the 8th, that one extra inning. And when you don't bring that runner, the extra innings runner from second home, it's tough to win, to keep the opposite runner off the base pass and stop him from getting home.
And Falmouth was really close to bringing that last runner in. Braden Jeffries was on third base and was thrown out at the plate on a nice play by a third baseman on Hyannis. Unfortunate for the Commodores as they fall their first game after winning 2 straight, actually. The Commodores were on quite a roll, and they've been on quite a roll for the most part. So it's you still have a good feeling at the end of the day, and you have 6 of your last 9 games you've won, even after the loss today. So a lot still to be encouraged about.
You're right. They're playing solid baseball, and I don't think there's any complaints. I think Jack Dahm is going to have these guys ready to go in the 9-inning contest back to normal against a team that's kind of been your kryptonite for Falmouth. And here's a good chance to build some momentum. A 7-inning game at Orleans tomorrow to wrap up the regular season, but Falmouth in a comfortable spot. Yeah, you want to be hosting 2 playoff games in the first round if it's needed, but they're in the playoffs. What more can you ask for?
Exactly, and there's 1 game left tomorrow against Orleans. You start the season how you end the season. It was the first game of the season here at Gov Fuller Field, and then ending the season at Eldridge Park. Well, we'll take a quick step aside for our national anthem, but we'll be right back.
Performing the anthem this evening, please welcome the 2026 Falmouth Commodores interns. Take it away, my friends.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I think we would all agree a perfect rendition. Fans, throwing out tonight's ceremonial first pitches and representing the Falmouth Commodores interns are Matt Campbell from Broadcasting, Summer Clark from Game Day, Jaden Randolph from Marketing, and Ben Van Lysel from Baseball Operations. All right, let's see those arms, everyone. And now your 2026 Commodores interns will take the mic and call out those words we love to hear. All right, fans, it's time to
Play ball!
The penultimate game of the regular season, Falmouth taking on Wareham, and a great job by our fellow interns on their first pitches, and of course singing the national anthem as we are about to get underway at Gov Fuller Field. We'll take a look at the Wareham Gatemen lineup in a second, but before we do that, we're going to talk about what a great day of baseball it has been.
So much fun
around the Cape.
You know, you would like to see Falmouth pick that first one up, but just fun to play 16 innings of baseball, at least call 16 innings of baseball for us up here.
It's just been awesome to see 7 games across the Cape today and tomorrow, and then you had 9 games yesterday across the Cape. Just so much baseball you've really seen across the Cape. And now we will take a look at the Wareham lineup. Leading off for the Gatemen is R.J. Hamilton. R.J. Hamilton leads it off. Connor Cuff in the 2-hole. Levi Clark. Those are a couple of guys who have been there towards the top of the lineup all season long. Chase Cruson in the 4 spot. Cohen Nikolai, who leads the Gatemen in home runs, that's 5th. Dylan Passo, Dylan Dubovic, and AJ Ashatino. And then batting last is Henry DeGiorgio.
I look at that top 4 for Wareham. It's an impressive top 4. R.J. Hamilton really strong, and then, of course, the power of Levi Clark and Cohen Nikolai.
On the mound for the Commodores today, it's an opener, and it is the right-hander, Brady Chambers.
Yeah, Chambers has started one game as an opener on the year, a 3.18 ERA in 3 appearances, 5 2/3 innings pitched. More walks than strikeouts, but he hasn't really thrown all that much. So hopefully going to be able to provide some length to start this game, and a game that Falmouth would really like to have a chance to end the season at 500. They're 17, 19, and 2 right now. But with a chance, if you win your next 2, you get right back to 500.
Falmouth in 3rd place at 36 points, 3 points behind 2nd place Bourne. Hyannis has clinched a 1 or a 2 spot after their win over Falmouth earlier today. And Wareham battling at the bottom of the West Division. They're 13 and 24 and have 26 points, but that is just 2 ahead of Cotuit at 11, 24, and 2 at 24 points. A lot on the line with just 2 games to go for Falmouth. For Wareham, they have 3 to go, a doubleheader in store for the Gatemen tomorrow. And the first pitch at Gov Fuller Field is flied out by Hamilton, and sitting under it is Greger for the first out of the ball game.
First pitch, first out. Good start for Chambers. And the goal for Falmouth is just going to be get that soft contact going today. And they did a good job of they did a good job when it comes to getting that soft contact from their starter earlier today, Wyatt Dion.
Connor Cuff steps in, rising senior at Southeastern Louisiana. First pitch strike from Chambers. Cuff hitting .303 this season with 8 RBIs and 1 home run. This is 18th game this season. Joined Wareham about midway through the season. Pitch is inside, and it's 1-1.
The umpires tonight, Jake Brickta behind the plate at first base, Brendan Murphy, Joe Gravina at third.
Brady Chambers on the mound, a rising redshirt freshman at Michigan State. Right-hander, and he's imposing on the mound at 6'6". 1-2.
You would think with a guy who is that tall and gets down the mound pretty well, but doesn't have crazy velocity. Good off-speed stuff, good command. You got to have that to be solid at that height without the velocity, but he's had a good summer.
215 pounds as well. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Stopped by Mark Gialusi. We saw Dallas Brooks behind the plate earlier today. Now Gialusi steps in for him. Gialusi did enter the game as a defensive replacement towards the end of that one, though.
Yeah, he caught the 8th inning. Really didn't catch all that much. That inning ended pretty quickly.
Falmouth was walked off by Hyannis in the 8th inning. That game supposed to be 7 innings game, but it went to 1 extra inning.
Right.
And Hyannis hit a walk-off double on the first batter of the bottom of the 8th. First walk-off against Falmouth this season.
Right. Doors have had one and then been walked off once as well.
Walked it off against Wareham back in June. It's lined down the left field line. It's fair all the way to the corner, and rounding second to second is Cuff. A stand-up double with 1 down.
And we have a look at the Falmouth defensive lineup. In left field, Jeff Lucci, then Fabio Peralta, Gavin Greger out there in right. Around the horde, Braden Jeffers, Drew Turpins, the new guy Nick Croce, AJ Putty over there at first. Gialusi behind the dish with Matthew Farner, the designated hitter.
Levi Clark up at the plate. 0-0 game in the top of the first. What has been a long season on Cape Cod getting to its final 2 games. Chambers deals, and it's high, 1-0.
It has been long, but it hasn't felt that way. I mean,
Oh,
it just
certainly
goes
not.
by in a flash.
I mean, when you're playing pretty much every single day,
Right.
that's just how it can go.
40 games in just under 8 weeks.
1-0, it's flied out towards right field. Gregor to his right, makes the play, throwing in. Throw does not come down to third, and Cuff advances to third base. 2 down.
Oh, fly ball that timeout. That's a center cut changeup from Chambers that maybe just got under it a little bit, did Levi Clark. Clark's actually wearing a different jersey number today. He's number 4 today, usually number 26, but, well, he ripped his jersey earlier today, so he's got to get a different one.
That'll do it.
Usually you see guys change the number when they just forget their jerseys at the clubhouse or whatnot, but a ripped jersey works too.
Inside on Chase Cruson, it hit him. Or rather,
Yeah,
they saying he swung at that.
So Brickta, the home plate umpire, immediately appealed to Joe Gravina at third, and Joe Gravina raised his fist saying, yes, he did go around, so that's a foul ball.
A rare instance of getting hit and swinging. So it's 0-1 on Cruson. Rising senior at Pitt. Hitting .219 with 2 RBIs and no home runs. And that one hits the same spot. He didn't swing that time. So this time he takes his base.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but the chances of that happening are so small.
The exact same spot.
Yeah. Huh. That's baseball, folks. But now it's
Always.
important for Chambers to just settle back in. You only need 1 more out. Ground ball gets you out of the inning.
You always see something
You
you
do.
don't expect in baseball. Joe Clyde now steps up. A big power bat in there for strike 1. Still 2 down. 2 flyouts from R.J. Hamilton and Levi Clark to right field. But Chambers finds himself in a tough spot in the top of the first. Wareham played a doubleheader yesterday, won both games. That is how they end up on top of Catuit in the standings. 1-1 count to Nikolai. Chambers' last time out was on Sunday against Yarmouth Dennis. He went 3 innings, allowing 1 earned run. That game he was also used as an opener. The 1 run he allowed was in the first inning, though. 1-1 outside and low, 2-1.
As long as he can limit the damage. If you're going to allow a run, fine. You'd rather have it just be 1 and in the first inning. But at this point, you got runners at the corners. You just need the 1 out. You'd have some more concern if there was 1 or no outs, but you got 2.
A lot of throws back to check on Chase Cruson at first base. Now the 2-1. Outside, and it's 3-1. Cruson on first base has 1 stolen base this season in 12 games. But always have to be careful with the first and third situation. 2 down, the 3-1. In there for strike 2.
Fastball at 88, right at the bottom rail of the strike zone. So that's going to mean Cruson is going to move here. 3-2, 2 outs. He'll be in motion.
Cohen Nikolai has 23 RBIs this season, 9 more than any other Gateman. The pitch is fouled back.
Big spot here. Big swing can give some energy to the Gatemen. They've had great starts to ball games here.
Just a 219 average, so coming up with the big hits and the big spots. Chambers throws. It's lined over the second baseman, Croce's head. One run comes in to score. And stopped at third base is Cruson. Wareham grabs an early lead, 1-0 over Falmouth in the top of the first.
Great piece of hitting that time from Cohen Nicolai. You expect nothing less from the season that he has had for Wareham. Now you really got to limit the damage, though. Runners at the corners, yes, and maybe go low in the zone. He went low in the zone with a fastball that time, and it got picked up by Nicolai. Put it right into right field as Gavin Gregor's over there in right field. He's, I believe, retying his shoe.
It would appear that way.
Yep, and now he's good. Or rather, that was Fabio Peralta retying his shoe.
He was over there after the line drive from Nicolai went into that right center area.
I wonder if he blew a tire trying to get over to that baseball.
The speed he runs, I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
First pitch is flied out into the air by Dylan Passo, and Peralta makes the play in center field. He didn't have trouble on that one. Shoe was tied, and the play was made. It's 1-0 Wareham over Falmouth as we head to the bottom of the first. But before we do that, Milton Cat is proud to power the Cape all summer long. We'll be right back.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Okay, into the bottom of the first as the Commodores are down 1-0 to the Gatemen, and we take a look at your Commodores starting lineup. It's a little bit of a different starting 4, where you see A.J. Putty in the 4 spot,
right,
and Nick Croce is in the 2 spot today. He did do that earlier today at Hyannis. Fabio Peralta still leading off. Braden Jeffries you've seen regularly in the middle part of the lineup. Matthew Farner, Jeff Luigi, Mark Gialusi, Drew Turpins, and then Gavin Gregor in the 9 spot for Falmouth.
Gregor in that 9-hole to turn over the lineup card. He's been on a tear over his last couple of games, and they're going to face Jaden Barfield today, the left-hander out of Oklahoma. He was stellar against Falmouth the last time these two teams played here at the Gov, and he's had a great year. 5.40 ERA, and the strikeout-to-walk ratio is tremendous. 32 Ks, just 9 base on balls.
First pitch to Peralta is fouled back. So Wareham grabs the lead in the top of the first. That was off of a base hit by Cohen Nicolai, who leads the Gatemen in RBIs. Now is double that more than any other Gatemen player this season. Jaden Barfield going into his junior year at Oklahoma, and really did a nice job against Falmouth the last time these teams played at Gov Fuller Field, as it's lined, just reached on by the third baseman. What a play by Ashatino.
Oof.
Full extension.
Just about to say exactly that to me. That is a heck of a catch by A.J. Ashatino at third base. Definitely robbed a base hit there, and the defensive lineup for the Gatemen looks like this. R.J. Hamilton, Chase Cruson, and Dylan Dubovic in the outfield. A.J. Ashatino just made that play. Then Connor Cuff, Henry Giorgio, Dylan Passo, and Levi Clark behind the dish.
One down, and in comes Nick Croce. First pitch swinging. It's out into right field. Sitting up for Dubovic. Makes the play, and there's two down.
It's going to be important for Falmouth to get aggressive, try and get this game back tied, and then get back into the lead if you can.
At least going into yesterday, Falmouth had the best average on first pitches on the Cape at 420, which is nearly 50 points better than any other team. It's been a key thing to the team all season, being aggressive. Braden Jeffries up at the plate. First pitch ball. Jeffries earlier today went 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Currently on a 4-game hitting streak. Has been up to 14 on the season. Also came in today with a 347 average, which was the best of any player left on Cape Cod. Barfield deals high. Jeffries has to back up.
Should wake him up a little bit, even though he's already played a baseball game today. 91 up and in.
All right, I think the issue is staying awake.
Yep.
A lot of baseball today. Inside again, and it's 3-0 on Jeffries.
Probably reminds these guys of their travel baseball days when you'd play 2 games in a day, play a tournament in who knows where.
I'm sure every player out in the field
yeah,
has played in a doubleheader at some point. Ball 4 to Jeffries. He takes his base, and with 2 down, the Commodores have their first base runner of the game.
And of course, that walk is our free pass of the game presented by Cape Cod Community College. You can go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. Visit capecod.edu/free for more.
Jeffries' 8th walk of the season brings up A.J. Putty in the 4th spot for the first time this season. We've seen him earlier this season in the 5 spot. First pitch catches a piece of the plate, and it's 0-1. Putty, a rising sophomore at Illinois, hitting .229 this season with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Oof, cuts and misses.
Wow, that's a great pitch from Barfield. That's that sort of stuff, that sweeper, which is just disgusting. That's why his strikeout to walk ratio is so strong. That's a perfect sweeper.
0-2 with 2 down. The pitch, high. Putty has had a lot of success over the last 2 ball games on a 2-game extra base hit streak, and hit his first home run of the season last night against Katuitt. Just catches a piece. Jeffries on first base after a walk. Peralta and Croce already retired this inning. The 1-2 is lined and into right field for a base hit. Jeffries stops at second base. Runners are at first and second for Falmouth, 2 down.
Timmy, this is the A.J. Putty that we saw, or well, that Illinois saw this spring over there in Champaign. Just great bat-to-ball skills. He had a great average his freshman year. He's got good power. That's a great ground ball right through the right side. Hard to do much better with that.
Putty had a .313 average with Illinois his freshman season. A lot of power as well. Another guy with a lot of power, Matthew Farner, up at the plate. First pitch is high, 1-0. Farner, a rising senior at Georgia, hitting .250 this season. No home runs yet, and 4 RBIs.
Yeah, he's had some hard-hit balls, too, so maybe just a matter of time, but sometimes with the wood bats, it's so, you can't get lucky and luck into a home run with a wood bat. It just doesn't really happen.
The 1-0 is low, and it's 2-0.
Sometimes you can catch one maybe a little bit in on the hands with a metal bat, but it still has enough juice to get out of the ballpark. It just doesn't happen with the wood bats. You've really got to barrel it up. And if there's a lot of wind, sure, it can help you, but got to have great bat-to-ball skills.
Barfield deals high, and it's 3-0. So a little bit of control problems for Barfield early on.
Mm-hmm.
15 pitches and 8 strikes.
A little different than what we saw the last time the Doors faced. To me, through 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts.
That one just catches it outside part of the plate, and it's 3-1.
Farner thought it was ball 4, but it's in that buffer zone. No reason to swing at it on 3-0. That's a good pitch, though.
Farner did not have a hit earlier today. Here's his chance. That also catches a piece, and it's a full count. The pitch, fouled back. Big spot.
Yeah, great credit for Barfield to get back into this at bat. 2 men on, 2 outs. It's a big spot for Farner, too. Goes without saying, but doesn't need to do too much. Don't need to go for the fences here.
This whole rally has come with 2 outs. The pitch flied out down the right field line, drifting over to Bovic. Under it, and makes the catch. That ends the first inning at Gov Fuller Field. Wareham remains up 1-0 over Falmouth. Doors try to get back into this game on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Falmouth down 1-0 as we enter the second inning, and we take a look at the weather today for today's ball game. 76 degrees and a slight breeze. 73 is what it feels like.
Great day for a ball game, no doubt about that. And for Wareham, well, they've jumped out to the early lead, and the Gatemen, they got to hunt pitches early in counts and then continue the trend on the mound. Wareham has been a decent hitting team, but their pitching has been really solid. Some of the better group, a better group in the West Division. Lots of strikeouts, and Barfield's the right guy in the mound to bring him through this game.
Falmouth's offense has been hot up until really today when the Commodores only got 3 runs. That one only 8 innings, though. Commodores had 5 yesterday in the win over Katuitt. The only thing today the Commodores didn't really get was the big inning,
Right.
which we've seen a lot recently by the Doors.
Lots of time left to find it today, though.
Dylan Dubovic at the plate. First pitch strike. Dubovic, who caught 2 of the outs by Jaden Barfield in the bottom of the first, has his first opportunity today, and he socks it down the left field area, and Luigi is there for the play. There's one down.
I think Dubovic just a little bit early on that swing, maybe off the end of the bat. It had a good trajectory, but not enough juice on it to get it on out of there. If that can be what Chambers does all day, those flyouts and a couple of ground balls, mostly the flyouts today, but if he can do that, then Falmouth's going to be okay.
One of the newest Gatemen, A.J. Ashatino, at the plate with one down. Strike one. Ashatino in his 5 games hitting .200 with 1 RBI and no home runs. He's a rising redshirt sophomore at Northeastern. Grew up in Miller Place, New York. Flies it out into center field. Peralta sits under it, grabs it for the second out. 2 quick outs.
Wareham, I have to imagine, is up there when it comes to the leaders on Cape Cod in fly ball rate. I don't have the numbers on it, but they seem like a team that they have a lot of guys who hit for a lot of power but don't hit for average very well. You look at Dylan Dubovic hitting 175, but a home run on the year, and then on the other side of things, Cohen Nicolai just above the Mendoza line, 205, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in.
First pitch to Giorgio, he went 0-1. DeGiorgio hitting .250 this season, 11 RBIs, no home runs. And Wareham offensively this season has been not great. The lowest OPS, average, on base percentage, in runs, hits, slugging, pretty much every single offensive category.
But their pitching has gotten the job done for them.
Just enough.
Right.
We'll see if it is enough.
I mean, they deserve a heck of a lot of credit for even getting back into the playoff race after starting the first 20 games 5-15.
There was a long time. They were way behind inside on DeGiorgio, and it's 2-1. DeGiorgio also at Northeastern, a rising junior there. A native of Franklin, Massachusetts. So it's grounded just foul down the third base line.
Yeah, just not a team that hits the ball for extra bases, a slugging percentage under 300. The only team on the Cape at that metric, but they're still in the playoff hunt.
2 down, 2-2. Cut on and just tipped.
Chambers looks a lot more comfortable in this second inning than he did in the first, which is a great sign for Falmouth.
2 up, 2 down, and 3 straight batters retired, all by flyouts. The 2-2 again. Foul down the first base line.
And if this is to be a bullpen game, which I don't know if Chambers was officially designated as an opener, but if he is, then Wareham, probably their goal to get Chambers out of the game as quick as they can.
Chambers tries to get out of the top of the second right here. 2-2 is fly down the left field line, foul again.
Great at bat here. This is going to be pitch number 8 coming up. 4 straight foul balls.
DeGiorgio is going just left of the foul lines on the third base side and the first base side. Here we go again. Same result.
Oh, yeah. At least a 9-pitch at bat here. 5 straight foul balls. Chambers. He almost feels like, I got to double up on a pitch at some point.
Ninth pitch.
In between on the timing for DeGiorgio.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Chambers has 31 on the game. Here it is. It's flied out of play. Another pitch, same result.
6 foul balls. Jeez. It's got to be maddening for Brady. Thinking to himself, gosh, can you just go away already?
Chambers, the 2-2. This time it's fair. Going back towards the wall, Gregor, and he finally gets him out to end the top of the second. Wareham up 1-0 over Falmouth. We head to the bottom of the second inning on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
We are back at Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth down 1-0 to Wareham in the bottom of the second. We take a look at the Falmouth keys to the game.
Well, the first one, pretty self-explanatory. Get yourself back up off the mat after a tough loss in extras to Hyannis early today. And the second one is going to be just building offensive momentum early in this game. There were shades of it with 2 guys getting on, but those were with 2 outs in the first. So maybe looking for a better performance from the bottom of the order, flip it back over, and let the top of the order do some damage and go to work.
For the first time tonight, and for the first time today, Jeff Luigi steps up to the plate, hitting .304 this season, and with 3 RBIs and no home runs. His 9th game as a Commodore. Chops it in into left field over the third baseman's head. A base hit for Jeff Luigi to start the bottom of the second.
Well, A.J. Ashatino not leaping to grab that one that time, Timmy. Just a jam shot base hit. Sometimes Barfield, as a pitcher, is going to get a little unlucky. That time, one of those instances. You get your first base runner on, that's a good sign.
Commodores had first and second in the first with 2 down and couldn't get any runners across. Mark Gialusi up at the plate. Luigi on first. No outs in the bottom of the second. Outside, and it's 1-0.
I've just been impressed throughout the whole season. This lineup's resilience and ability to get themselves back into games. They can just catch fire at any moment.
Outside. Gialusi came into the game as a defensive replacement late on in the Hyannis Falmouth game that ended in a 4-3 extra innings win for the Harbor Hawks. The pitch, foul backwards. Gialusi, a rising redshirt junior at Villanova. It's been all around the place, though. He started his freshman season at Virginia, but did not play, and then transferred over to Rutgers for his sophomore season. Made his college debut that year, but played in just 2 games. Then he's really broken out with the Wildcats. 2-2 count. Luigi on first after a base hit. Commodores and the Gatemen both have 2 base hits. Barfield throws back to first to check on Luigi. Gialusi in 5 games, hitting 83, 1 for 12. Hudson misses, goes down swinging, and that's the first out at the bottom of the second.
That's a really good-looking pitch, too, from Barfield. Go off-speed. Inside. Looks like some sort of two-seamer or changeup, but it's a great spot. Right on the inside corner.
Brings up Drew Turpins. It's low. That was the first strikeout of the game for Barfield. Turpins this season hitting .208 with 3 RBIs and no home runs. Fouled back, and it's 1-1. Turpins had the task of pinch running for Dallas Brooks in the top of the 7th earlier today. But he only made it to third base before the Commodores couldn't get one more in that inning. Runner is going. Luigi, the throw is in time. Levi Clark with the cannon to second base, and there's 2 down.
That was a close play. No doubt about it. It was a great dive from Luigi, but just got nabbed. Good throw from Clark, good pop. Jack Dom, I think, asking Jeff Luigi to see if he got tagged.
In for a strike on Turpins, it's 2-2. Turpins, a rising junior at Mount Mercy, where head coach Jack Dom does his coaching throughout the year. Hudson misses, and that's strike 3, and that's the end of the second inning. Wareham up 1-0 over Falmouth. We head to the third on Cape League TV.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you, and Farrell Hudson on the sidelines will be joining you in just a little bit as the Commodores down 1-0 to Wareham in Game 39 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season. Just one more to go after today. That is at Orleans. But Brady Chambers back on the mound for the Doors. Had a very smooth second inning.
He did, just inducing fly balls all around the outfield. Went left, right, or left, center, and then right on the flyouts. 4 straight flyouts. All of his outs have been fly balls.
Top of the order to R.J. Hamilton. That catches a piece, and it's 0-1. I know. How crazy is that?
It's bizarre.
All 6 outs,
No
flyouts.
ground balls, yep.
R.J. Hamilton was the first one to do that with a fly out to Gavin Greger in right in the first. First out of the game. Fouled back, and it's 0-2.
But Brady, even at Michigan State, he had higher strikeout numbers, higher strikeout ratio than he did out here. 29 strikeouts to 16 walks for the Spartans this spring. But not a strikeout guy. Less than 1 per inning. You see what I was trying to do? I was trying to tee him up and
Yeah.
bring
Right,
the positive,
right.
the positive
Get it.
announcer's jinx. Right. Yes, of course.
I see what you did there.
Yep.
R.J. Hamilton, a rising redshirt junior at Duke. Fouls it backwards. Was previously at Vanderbilt.
A couple of pretty solid academic institutions there.
It's funny, all the guys that transfer from a smart school, I feel like they always go to another smart school.
Think about Jeff Lugie going from Duke to Northwestern.
Jams Hamilton, but he catches a piece.
I mean, that's got to be about the 15th foul ball of his game.
Henry DeGiorgio had about 6 or 7 of them.
That was a 10-pitch at-bat for DeGiorgio.
The 1-2. Here's another foul.
All right, I'm going to be counting here. I'm going to count how
well, yeah,
many
that's your
have
duty
we
right
had.
now.
Yep, all
You
right.
need to count.
I'm on it.
All right.
1, 2. I won't count out loud, though. I won't
Okay,
bore
yeah. You can keep that in your head.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Chambers throws. It's grounded at the second baseman, Croce. Klex fires the first in time, and there's 1 down.
Well, there's our first ground out of the game.
Took a while.
Not sponsored by anyone, but that is the first one. Okay, now I lost count. I have to restart.
You got to stay focused.
I do. I know.
You might miss a couple here if you're
I
not
won't.
quick enough.
Oh, I'm going from the back though. I'm going from the start of the game.
Connor Cuff at the plate had a double in the first and scored the only run of the ball game. Inside, and it's 1-0.
$13 is the current count.
Lined over the shortstop Turpin's head into center field for a base hit by Cuff. He has 2 base hits on the day in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he's seeing the ball well. I don't know what it is about maybe something with the arm slot for Brady Chambers, but it's really lending itself well to a good bat path for Connor Cuff, and he's hitting the ball hard. Had a good double to right center his last time up, and then now that single. But he is really seeing the baseball well tonight.
Levi Clark at the plate, flied out to the right field in the first inning. He flies it out towards right, and Greger is there again. History repeats itself for Levi Clark, and there's 2 down in the top of the 3rd. Cuff still on first base.
Chambers is just starting to settle in and had a great second inning. Just the one single for Connor Cuff, ripped through the infield. But if Chambers can go 4 innings today. He's almost through his third. Don't want to jinx anything, but that's a good start.
43 pitches so far through
Good
2
numbers.
2/3.
Yep.
First pitch to Chase Cruson, strike one.
And at that rate, you can probably get through almost 4, maybe 3 1/3, 3 2/3. It'll be up to Paul Evans, though, and Jack Dom.
Throw back to first. I didn't mean to interrupt you on your
No,
foul
no.
ball point. You said 15,
13,
right? 13
at the moment.
Okay.
Yep. There were 6 of them to
DeGiorgio.
Yes, to DeGiorgio.
0-1 pitch is low. It gets past.
Hit him.
Gianlucci actually hits the batter.
Hit him right in
Cruson,
the shin guard there, I think.
who was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
It's a magnet.
Also gets hit by a pitch in the third inning. Another very similar play to earlier in the game. He's actually been hit 3 times today.
Yes, but the first time was, well, he swung, so it's a foul ball.
It's a magnet for balls right now.
I wonder if Chambers ever faced Cruson at Rutgers. Did Rutgers play Michigan State this year? That's a good question. Chase Cruson, an attendee of Rutgers.
Going to Clyde at the plate. He had an RBI single in the first. That's the only run of the ball game still. And it was the same thing. Connor Cuff was on second base, or actually he was on third base, but he was the lead runner. 1-1 count. And Clyde's 24 RBIs is double any Gatemen player. Pitch inside, and it's 2-1. It's also the most RBIs on the West Division. One more than Luke Costello, who has 23. Timeout from Jake Brichta. Bourne, a team that Falmouth very well could play in round 1 of the playoffs. Most likely opponent as of right now. Chambers throws. Just doesn't catch a piece, and it's 3-1. With Hyannis holding a 3-point lead in the West over Bourne, with just 2 games to go, it does seem likely. 3-1, in there for strike 2, and it's a full count with 2 down. Last time Nick Lai was up, there was also 2 down. He got the knock then, but Chambers has a chance to take his revenge. The full count. It's flied out into center field, racing back Peralta to the track. It's gone. A Cohen Nicolai bomb. His 6th home run of the summer, and it is 4-0 Wareham over Falmouth in the top of the 3rd.
Well, Chambers hung a breaking ball, and with a hitter like Nicolai, that's what's going to happen. Crushed it, 100 miles an hour off the bat, 430 feet to straightaway center field. Big swing, and Wareham's got a big lead.
Wow, 430 feet. That's the 2nd farthest home run we have seen this summer. The only one farther was by Milwaukee Jr. with Chatham. That one went 445 feet. 107 off the bat, but that really close. Dylan Passo up at the plate. He flied out to center in the first to end that inning. Strike 2 on him.
Yeah, just tough to let that one up with a 3-2 count. Of course, Chambers didn't want to lose the guy and walk him to load the bases, but just a good swing from a good hitter there in Nikolai. He's got 27 runs batted in now.
Pitch is low. His 27 RBIs, second on Cape Cod to just Tommy Gooden on Yarmouth Dennis, who has had all the top offensive numbers all season long. One-two count to Passo. And it's a cut and a miss from Passo. That will do it for the top of the third. But Cohen Nikolai puts a charge into a baseball into center field for a 3-run shot. Wareham takes a commanding 4-0 lead over Falmouth. We head to the bottom of the third on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Commodores Baseball, 4-0 Gatemen as we enter the bottom of the third inning from Gov Fuller Field. And while we'd normally talk about all the MVPs that are out on the field, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't discuss all the MVPs that make this broadcast production work night in and night out. And just want to give a thank you, with this being the last home game of the regular season, at least on the TV production side, to our great production crew, Landon Stills and Skylar Ellis, our producers, who work tirelessly to create graphics and put our show on the air every day, while us broadcasters get to create those meaningful relationships with the players and the coaches and do our thing on air and bring Commodores baseball to life. For our broadcast director, Emily Gerard, who's hell-bent over making a good show every single night, our videographers, Alex Bond and Lily Matthews, and I know my broadcast partners, Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hilsman, can echo the same sentiment. So thank you guys for a great season, and it'll be more fun as we continue the production rolling into the 2026 postseason. Guys?
Oh, well, thank you, Farrell. That's very nice of you, and we appreciate you just as much.
Best crew in the Cape right here.
Gavin Greger at the plate. We
Best
really
crew
could
in
not
the
do
Cape.
it without our production crew. They do a great job in helping us out the best that they can. Lined right at the shortstop cuff for the first out of the bottom of the third.
Unlucky that time for Gavin. It's a good piece, but right at the shortstop cuff. Sometimes you just get unlucky, though. You gotta. Greger's been really solid.
Greger entered today on an 8-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Then that ended against Hyannis, where he went 0 for 1. He pinch hit. Fabio Peralta at the plate. Lined out to the third baseman to start the game. It was an excellent catch by Ashatino. Nasty breaking ball there by Barfield.
I remember correctly, Barfield used that off-speed stuff to get those 7 strikeouts last time against Falmouth.
Peralta second on the Commodores in hits with 32. 2 behind Braden Jeffries. He's also played more games than any Commodore with 35. That's 4 more than any Commodore. It's grounded at the second baseman to Giorgio. A lot of time. And the second out of the bottom of the third.
Yeah, for the bottom and top end of this order, it's just not been the start to the game that they've wanted. But still a lot of baseball left to be played, and Good job defensively. Just one big swing from Cohen DeCly, who's had the offense for Wareham rolling today. He's got all the RBIs today.
Cut backwards by Nick Croce, rising junior and playing in his third game as a Commodore. His debut was last night, transferring to LSU New Orleans from Chipola College for this spring. Cuts and misses. 0-2.
Beautiful changeup. Oof. That's a really good pitch.
Croce in his debut as a Commodore last night went 3 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Barfield deals, and it's a swing and a miss. The bottom of the third ends quickly as the Commodores go down 1-2-3. Wareham up 4-0 over Falmouth. We head to the fourth on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Take a look at the Falmouth bullpen doing the wave as the Commodores are down 4-0. Man, that's pretty good right there. They're really in sync right now.
Yeah, Case and Murphy's getting it started. That's so good. What a fun group that is.
I love the chemistry all these guys have out there.
It's a good group of guys. It really is.
It's a special thing to have on a summer league team. You often see guys get close with each other, but this group especially has. Still time to go, and hopefully a lot more games to go for the Commodores as the playoffs are upcoming. And it's a new pitcher in for the Commodores. Up just out of that bullpen, out of that wave, Kanyel Rosado is in.
Rosado had a tough first outing with the Doors, but I think he's gotten better and better every appearance he has had for the Doors since he's slotted in. It's probably his best appearance. Looked really strong as the setup man for J.R. Struck last week on Thursday at Chatham. An inning and 2/3, a hit, just the one run. It wasn't earned. He struck out a guy as well.
His first task of this inning, Dylan Dubovic, flied out to left field in the second. First pitch high over the head of Mark Gialusi, the catcher. Rosado on the summer, a 10.38 ERA in 5 games. But a lot of those runs did come in his first appearance. That was against Wareham on that makeup game, July 13th. Inside, and it's 2-0. And that actually caught a piece
hit him in the toe
of Dylan Dubovic. Must have just grazed him.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Rosado is that he's got really good breaking stuff. It's just been the location and control has been what he has tried to rein in throughout the summer. Had a great year his freshman season at UCF.
5.68 ERA and 15 appearances. 25 1/3 innings with UCF.
That's That's a lot of innings as a true freshman.
This is the youngest Commodore at 18 years old. Strike one on A.J. Ashatino. Ashatino 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field in the second. Was a part of 6 straight flyouts by the Gatemen, or 6 of the first 6 outs. And it's 1-1 to Ashatino.
For Canyon, just going to be important to pepper the zone. You don't want to give too many free passes. We've seen how costly that has been for Falmouth pitching in a couple of games this year.
The 1-1 fouled away. Rosado from Castleberry, Florida, just north of Orlando. Florida guy through and through. Throws back to first. Was born in Manatee, Puerto Rico. It's about 45 minutes to an hour west of San Juan, on the northern coastline.
Top recruit out of Florida as well. He's had some trouble with throws over to first this year, but I think he's worked on that, settled back in. Those 2 pickoff attempts, low leverage, yeah, but they're on target.
Dubovic on first, 4 stolen bases on the summer. Pitch, fouled away. Wareham has jumped out to this 4-0 lead thanks to a bomb by Cohen Nicolai in the top of the third, a 3-run shot just a couple of batters ago. 1-2 outside on a breaking ball. Dubovic reached to first on a hit by pitch. The 2-2.
G. Lucy's done a good job of just keeping the ball in front of him. It's always important to focus on when there's a guy who's just coming into the game and need him to settle on in.
No outs in the top of the fourth. Rosado deals, and Dubovic goes down to second, but it doesn't matter. It's a walk anyways to A.J. Ashatino. The Gatemen have 2 runners on, no outs. Rosado hasn't gotten a runner out since he's come in.
Gotta start getting some outs here. Make sure you give your offense a chance to fight their way back into this game. Yeah, it's a good lead right now for Wareham, but not insurmountable. And Mark's going to go have a chat with Rosado, settle him in and relax him down, discuss something. Sometimes guys, they won't even talk about baseball out there. DiGiorgio with a long at-bat his first time to the plate, a 10-pitch at-bat, 6 foul balls.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it. I mean,
yeah,
6
that was pretty crazy.
Straight foul balls. So for 1 today, with a fly out to right field in the second. Ashatino on first, Dubovic on second, DiGiorgio at the plate. Rosado deals, it's a bunt attempt, and it's fouled back.
That doesn't surprise me. DiGiorgio wanting to play the team game here, probably at the bunt sign from down the third base line, but with some good speed on the base pass, Dubovic and Ashatino could both run.
Wareham, we mentioned, not a big offensive team.
Nope.
One of the worst in the Cape in almost every offensive category. But it's outside.
Something about playing Falmouth for this group just turns them into monsters at the plate.
A couple of their best offensive performances of the season against Falmouth. The last time these two teams played 14 runs at Spillane Field. 14-2 win for Wareham just a week ago. The bunt, it's put down. It's a good one. Rosado has to turn and throw. He can't. Bases are juice. No outs in the top of the fourth. And Wareham's lead has a chance to get even bigger.
Well, that's a wise decision from Rosado to eat that throw. We've seen him make the decision to try and force that throw, and it hasn't gone well for him in the past. It rarely does go well to force a throw down the line with nothing to block it if it gets passed.
Right, and it doesn't matter who that is.
Right.
You're not making that play.
No, it's good speed on the base pass and a great bunt for DiGiorgio as well. It's tough for a pitcher, Rosado, not Rosado, any pitcher to get off the mound and field his position in that situation.
The corners are in for Falmouth. Putty on the grass and Jeffries on the grass. R.J. Hamilton at the plate. 3 straight base runners have reached for Wareham in the top of the fourth, and a chance to break open the game for R.J. Hamilton. Rosado deals in there for strike one.
Rosado hum it up at 93. Just have to throw strikes. Let your defense work behind you. I wouldn't be shocked if Hamilton really tries to go for the fences here and put this game pretty close to out of reach.
Wareham hitting .375 with the bases juiced. That's second on the Cape to just Yarmouth Dennis, who's hitting .442 with the bases loaded.
Not a surprise there. That team's been hitting well above 300 with runners in scoring position the whole summer.
The Gatemen, one of 5 teams on the Cape with a grand slam. Pitch is grounded at the shortstop. Turpin's on to second for one, on to first, not in time. A run comes across to score. Only 1 out gets done in the process. 5-0 Wareham over Falmouth.
And it gets even more dangerous with Connor Cuff to the plate with his pair of base hits. He's been hitting the ball hard all day.
So it's Hamilton on first base, and then Ashatino on third. And Cuff, with 2 base hits today, comes to the plate. First pitch is outside. And at this point, 5-0, you can't let it get much more than this.
No. The offense needs a big response in the bottom of this fourth inning.
Falmouth has had some very big offensive outputs recently, but over the last 2 games, 3 runs against Hyannis and then 5 runs against Catuit. Wareham already with that mark today. Runners on the corners.
Magic number earlier in July was scoring more than 4 runs. It was a good recipe for Falmouth.
Falmouth was undefeated for a while when they scored more than that. Only a couple times this season they haven't won with that mark. $5-0 Wareham over the Doors. The pitch inside on Cuff, and it goes off the bat. He doesn't get hit somehow. So it goes to 1-1.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how he laid that bunt down nearly fair. That was really impressive.
Yeah, honestly, it stayed fair a little longer than I thought it was going to. That was almost close. Jake Brickta had to wait a little while before calling that one foul.
I mean, he was on the edge of the batter's box.
Yep.
Rosado throws back to first. Checking on R.J. Hamilton. Hamilton leads Wareham with 14 stolen bases. That's 8 more than any other Gatemen player. Very good opportunity to steal with 1 down. The pitch.
Just can't find the zone right now. Kenyon missing low a lot, outside a lot.
The Gatemen with 5 hits and 5 runs. Falmouth 2 hits and no runs. Rosado deals. It's chopped and possibly through the hole, and it's past the second baseman, Croce. 1 runs in to score, and into third is Hamilton. It's an RBI single for Connor Cuff, his 3rd hit of the ball game, and it's 6-0 Wareham.
Just can't get out. It's a slow rolling ground ball, but just too deep in the hole for Croce to get after it. He tried to get to it as quick as he could. Just too much space over there in the gap. Infield playing at double play depth, which they should be. But just not enough on it to get near a Falmouth fielder. Just a little unlucky.
Cut and a miss by Levi Clark. 0 for 2 on the day. 2 flyouts to right field. Every base runner this inning has reached for Wareham. DeGiorgio got out at second on a fielder's choice. Strike 2.
A couple of good splitters from Rosado. That one caught the bottom rail. That time painted the black on the outside. After 2 splitters, he's can go. Just need something in the zone here. You don't need it necessarily, but next 2 pitches you do.
The 0-2. It's chopped at the shortstop, Turpins. 1 run comes in to score. He gets him comfortably at first base. But now 7-0. Wareham over Falmouth.
Broken bat, too. And unlucky. That's a split piece of wood, and 7-0. It's been a tough one.
Back-to-back RBIs by the Gatemen's top 3 in the batting order. Now it's Chase Crusen's turn with a runner on second. Connor Cuff, that runner. Strike 1 on Crusen.
The Falmouth offense really just has not been able to get anything going since that first. They got 2 men on with 2 outs. Luigi singled to start the second and then was caught stealing, and the momentum has just fizzled out ever since at the plate.
A 1 pitch, high, and nice play by Gialusi to reach up and snag that. Crusen has not had an at-bat today. He's been hit by 2 pitches, actually 3, but he swung at 1. 7-0 game with 2 down. It's at Turpins at short. Collects it with the backhand, gets it over to first in time. That will do it for the top of the 4th, but Wareham puts up another big spot. 3 runs in the top of the 4th. It's 7-0 over Falmouth on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, and a big lead for Wareham, 7-0 over Falmouth. And we take a look at the Cape League storylines. Chatham, quite the catch. They have claimed the last spot in the East Division in the Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs. There wasn't really a doubt that they would make it over Orleans.
Right.
but they have clinched it. Ket Lear is on a big-time slide, and Wareham taking advantage of it, especially taking advantage right now. To it is also winning their game on Cape Cod. They could put themselves in a spot where they might clinch very soon. And a new sheriff in the West Division, Hyannis, is now first place for the first time
Since
this
week
season.
1. Yeah, first time since week 1 that Bourne has not had a chokehold on the West Division. Great job by Hyannis to get themselves back into that top spot.
Bourne held first place from June 17th until last night, and now that has changed. And Hyannis up 3 points in the West. Falmouth in third place, 3 points behind Bourne. And with a loss today, Falmouth would be stuck in the 3 seed into the playoffs, meaning a road game most likely at Bourne. First pitch is a ball to Braden Jeffries.
Right, because even if Bourne loses, which they're down 2-0 to Yarmouth Dennis right now, that game in the top of the 6th, Falmouth with a loss would still be 3 points behind with 1 to play. It's not something you can make up there.
It's grounded at the second baseman. Throw over to first in time by DeGiorgio. There's one down. If Bourne loses tonight, then that means it will be Falmouth against Bourne in the first round, and Falmouth will be at Bourne if this result holds at Gov Fuller Field.
It's a place that Falmouth has not won this summer. They've lost and tied.
2 losses, or 1, 2, yeah,
2-2 and
1. 2-2 and 1 on the season.
Right.
Only played there twice. 1 loss, 1 tie. This one is hit hard into left field by Putty, going back to the wall. It's gone! A.J. Putty puts a charge into the ball, his second home run in 2 days. He becomes the 5th Commodore this summer with 2 bombs, and it's 7-1 Wareham over Falmouth.
And another towering drive to left field, almost a carbon copy of the swing we saw him take last night. That ball just snuck out. I mean, R.J. Hamilton looked like he had a play on it the whole way and just got enough help from maybe the wind. That's a good piece, though. Gets Falmouth on the board, should fire the dugout up a little bit.
First pitch to Farner is popped up right to the first baseman, and the catch is made by Dylan Passo. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. So still a 6-run game after the Putty bomb, but really good to see A.J. Putty really starting to figure it out this season. This is something you've been waiting for a while, and he's looking like it right now.
And he came in at a time for Falmouth when they really desperately needed power in their lineup. And it took him a little bit to get that power, but now he's really starting to get it. And it's rolling right along.
3 home runs in 3 games for Falmouth. The Commodores are still tied for the fewest home runs on Cape Cod with Wareham.
Right.
That is including both home runs today by the Commodores and the Gatemen. Jeff Luigi up at the plate. 1 for 1. He had a single in the second. Was caught stealing on the base pass. It's grounded at the first baseman. Passo taps first base. That does it for the bottom of the 4th. Falmouth goes down, but does get a home run to put some life into the offense. It's 7-1 still, Wareham over Falmouth. We head to the 5th on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Into the top of the 5th inning, Kanye Rosado still in the mound for the Doors, and now a 7-1 lead, Wareham over Falmouth. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you. Farrell Hudson down on the sidelines. What has been a little bit of a weird game. Started out just 1-0 for a while, and then Wareham has taken off in the 3rd and the 4th inning. 3 runs in back-to-back innings.
And a defensive change for the Commodores. Austin Maley in at third base for Braden Jeffries. I believe that's the first time we've seen Maley at third.
It is. Seen him at second many times this season.
I think short once as well, too.
He's a great fielder out there for the Commodores. Made lots of great plays at second base. Made a diving play yesterday against Katuitt. 2-0 to Cohen Nicolai. 3-0 now. Rosado being very careful with Nicolai, who had a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. That was what broke it open for the Gatemen. That made it 4-0. They've tacked on 3 since. High, it's 4-pitch walk to Nicolai.
A couple of free passes that have come at inopportune times, but that's only the 2nd walk of the day, but 3 hit by pitches. And 6 hits for Wareham. Lots of hard hit balls today as well for the Gatemen.
Pitch is inside. That's a 4th hit by pitch on Dylan Passo. 1st and 2nd for Wareham in the top of the 5th. And out comes Coach Jack Dom.
And he's going to make the change. Cody Butt's going to come into the game.
So that's the day for Kanye Rosado. 7-1. Wareham up over Falmouth. No outs in the top of the 5th. 2 on. We'll be right back on Cape League TV. Back at Gov Fuller Field and a new pitcher in for the Commodores. The day is done for Kaniel Rosado. And into the game is Cody Butt, who actually made his debut exactly 1 week ago against the Wareham Gatemen. He went through 1 1/3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, and then was taken out of the game. He was the starting pitcher that day.
He was, and he had a really good first inning. Couple of groundouts, 1 walk, and then he struck out Cohen Nicolai. And then the free passes, again, just like it has been today, were killer for Falmouth pitching. I mean, a total of 9 walks. I think 2 hit by pitches at least in there as well. Just a kind of a nightmarish game for Falmouth. And that 3rd inning in which 10 runs came across the score just did not ever end. But for Cody out there, it'll be a new chance to settle himself back in. First time pitching in front of the home crowd.
And that 10-run inning was unlike anything I had seen in a long time. 14-2 loss against Wareham a week ago.
Crazier part is that it happened again the night after.
2 straight games where there was a 10-run inning on a 2-game losing streak by the Doors. And those 2 straight losses came after a 4-game win streak. That was the longest by the Commodores since 2024.
It's been an interesting year, no doubt about that. Just calling time, and wisely, Mark Gialusi noticed that the clock was running down, and he's just going to go over the signs with Cody Butt. Dylan Dubovic has been hit by a pitch, scored a run his first time to the plate. Second time today, he's the first guy to greet a new arm out of the bullpen.
This is the first time that Cody Butt has pitched to Mark Gialusi this season. Just his 2nd appearance of the season. Wareham 7 runs on 6 hits. And a chance to do more damage here. First pitch is low to Dylan Dubovic. 0 for 1 today with a fly out to left in the 2nd. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th. One of 4 hit batsmen today by Commodores pitchers. Strike 1. The Commodores have hit 52 batters this season, 3 more than any other team on the Cape. One pitch inside.
Almost got him again.
Got Dubovic. Passo on first was hit by a pitch, and then Nicolai on second walked. The 2-1, off speed, big cut and a miss, throw down to third, not in time. Nicolai advances to third base.
Good pick by Maley over there, too, just to keep that ball in front of him.
Right, his first time over at third base. Nice scoop. First and third situation for Wareham with no outs. Butt fires.
I wonder who's going to be the hitter that comes into the game in place of Braden Jeffries. I'm going to have a look, see who that might be on the official scoring, but
What I would assume it's Austin Bailey.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Wow, what a brain fart for me. I mean, goodness. I was under the impression that Maley was in the game somehow. Man,
Andrew,
it's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
Second game of the day. Fouled away. A long at-bat being put up by Dylan Dubovic.
If you ask, I'm not counting foul balls anymore.
I'd imagine it might be over 20 at this point.
I would think so.
We're only 5 innings in. You think we could get to 30, 35? Inside, and it gets away from Gialusi. Advancing to second is Passo.
I thought that clipped Dubovic as well.
Was certainly close. Did a little bit of jump rope to avoid it.
Yeah.
Good hopscotch skills.
I can't remember when the last time I played hopscotch was.
I think
I
I
ever
was
did. Had to
definitely under 5 years old. I think.
Yeah, I would think so.
Cut and a miss. Strikes him out. First out of the top of the fifth.
High fastball at 84. Lots of run, lots of ride. It's a good pitch. Runs away from the barrel for Dubovic, and he's down on strikes.
A.J. Ashatino at the plate. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. But walked and scored a run in the fourth.
Dylan Dubovic has had a case of the strikeout bug. 41 strikeouts, 5 walks. He's a 3 true outcomes guy, I think.
First pitch. Swerves in there for strike 1.
It's at 70 miles an hour.
Whole lot of movement.
Yeah. Great curveball.
Cody Budd is from St. John's, Newfoundland. You take a look at Paul Evans, the pitching coach for the Commodores.
That's Lump's bench right there.
He takes care of all these guys.
Every day.
Has a lot of great stories.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
A lot of time in baseball.
We're asking him this morning about, hey, how many times do you think you've been ejected in your career? He said, oh, I don't know, probably about a dozen. Now, he's been in coaching baseball for almost 40 years. But he's got plenty of stories to tell. He said it's kind of gone down in recent years because the NCAA introduced a rule where if you get thrown out of a game, you're suspended and can't coach for the next one. So then he
had to
decide it really wasn't worth it. The infield's coming in here on a 1-2 count.
The pitch, cut and a miss, gets away. Gialusi has to throw down to first in time, and there's 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts from Cody Butt.
Cody's walking off the mound. He thought there was 3 outs. No, sir, there's just 2.
One more.
Yep. This has been a goofy ball game. That's for sure.
Cody Budd is from St. John's, Newfoundland, which is the easternmost city in North America.
That's crazy. Newfoundland, one of the provinces
Canada.
of Canada. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's the capital of the Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador. And it is about 1,100 miles northeast of Boston. First pitch outside to Henry DeGiorgio. 1 for 2 today. A single in the fourth. St. John's, Newfoundland is actually closer to Dublin than many Western Canadian cities. Off-speed pitch at 69 miles per hour.
Cody with a couple of swinging strikeouts, though. Wareham struggled to adjust to the velocity difference. Again, that below 70. Just missing a little high.
3-0 to DeGiorgio. 1 more out to go. Butt has come in and struck out 2 batters after runners were on first and second when he came in. That ball's outside. It's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Henry DeGiorgio.
Up and down the lineup, you look at this Wareham Gatemen batting order. It's been production mostly from Cohen to Cly, yes. He's 2 for 2, 4 runs batted in, and that 3-run shot. But this guy, R.J. Hamilton, has been just as good as anybody. Hamilton led off the game against Falmouth a couple of weeks ago here at this ballpark with a moonshot, but almost hitting 500 over the last week.
Leads the Gatemen in batting average. First pitch is high. Another bases loaded chance for the Gatemen. They had a couple of those chances last inning in the fourth. Worked out quite well as they had 3 runs. Had 3 runs in the third inning as well. Off-speed pitch, never strike one. He's sitting consistently at 69 miles per hour.
Yep. Fastball in the low 80s, low mid 80s.
Hamilton 0 for 3 today, but an RBI in the fourth. Pitch is fouled.
If that pitch moves any less for Cody Butt, it's probably not as effective. But it just is so slow and so loopy that it catches hitters who are used to seeing curveballs 10, 15 miles an hour harder than that. Catches them off guard a little bit.
Especially on the Cape. You see some of the hardest arms you can. 2-1. Chopped just foul. And it's 2-2. Hamilton has consistently been at the leadoff spot in the Gatemen lineup. In a big spot to make it even bigger. Flies it out into left field, sits up for Luigi, makes the play, and that will do it for the top of the 5th. Cody Butt gets out of the jam. 7-1 Wareham over Falmouth. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Andrew Hilsman has you the rest of the way on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
6-run lead for the Wareham Gatemen as they're looking to get 10 games back of 500 after 5-15 their start to this summer. A look at the Cape Cod Baseball League standings, and still a lot to be decided. Yarmouth Dennis in the lead last we checked against Bourne. They're up 3-0 in the top of the 7th. Katuitt up 7-2 on Hyannis. Katuitt basically needs to win out, and Wareham needs to probably lose out for that to come on in. But if Wareham and Katuitt both win, then you still have a chance. But
both of those teams have a doubleheader tomorrow, so that's going to determine.
Right, that's going to come down to the very end. And the East Division playoff teams are decided. YD, Brewster, Harwich, and Chatham all going to make it to the postseason. It's been a fun summer. Postseason still has plenty of more stories to tell, I'm sure. If you were to tell me that anybody else than Yarmouth Dennis was going to have a chance to win the East Division, if you told me that in the later parts of June, I'd call you crazy. There's a fly ball. Nice diving grab by Chase Cruson. Made the call on a shallow fly ball from Gialusi and laid out for it. Good physical play there.
I totally agree. YD jumped out to
they were
unprecedented
insane to start the year.
One of the best starts in Cape League baseball history.
Another look at that one. Gets himself up off the ground. There's a good swing from Gialusi just off the end of the bat. That'll bring up Drew Turpins, who takes a ball. Fun to see all of our colleagues recognized before this one. It's Intern Appreciation Night. There is no Cape League without the interns, and there's no Cape League without the host families.
Also performed the national anthem. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did a very nice job.
Pretty cool is certainly a way to describe it. It was fun to watch. It was.
Great voices.
Yep. 2-0 count to Turpins. He takes a strike on the outside corner that he thought was outside.
First pitches as well from our interns.
Some good strikes there.
Nice job by Matt Campbell.
Yep. He threw a seed right to Austin Maley. That was a good pitch.
It's our beat reporter.
Slow roller on the left-hand side. Maybe a PFP here. Barfield is just going to eat the throw. It's an infield single for Drew Turpins, his first hit of the evening. Falmouth down by 6 with a runner on to begin this fifth as there's one down.
One big inning and you have a chance to get back in this.
Right. Not over one bit. Gregor's been on a tear ever since he returned from his hand injury that he suffered at Bourne the first week of the year. He takes in the dirt for ball one. Gonna go play baseball in the Big Ten next year after 3 seasons of excellent performance at Bryant University. Over 150 games as an everyday center fielder for the Bryant Bulldogs. Very experienced college player. Turpins off of first. Barfield's pitch. Outside. For Barfield, into his 5th inning of work. Just above 50 pitches. 33 strikes as well. He's had a great day. Turpins with decent speed over there at first. Stays put for now as Gregor fouls one back. Fabio Peralta and Nick Croce possibly due up in this fifth. Falmouth got its first run of the ball game off an A.J. Putty solo shot in the home half of the 4th. 2-1 off the hands, and it's going to drop for a base hit in left field. Everybody moves up a spot. 2 straight singles for the Doors, and 2 on with 1 out.
All right, you take base hits any way you can get them. Get some momentum going.
Just kind of being retrospective at this point in the year, it's fun to think back on who has come in and just been able to be a part of this Commodore story, helping this franchise reach the playoffs for the first time since 2023. Takes an army. Peralta takes a strike.
It's been over 50 players on the roster this season.
25 pitchers. 25 position players, I believe. Nothing in 1 from Barfield. His pitch. It's a ground ball to the left-hand side. Could be 2. Losing his footing, his cuff a little bit, and eating the throw. Rather tossing it over is DeGiorgio, but he's late. It's a fielder's choice as Peralta is safe at first. And it's runners at the corners with 2 men gone. Barfield and Levi Clark are going to discuss strategy with runners at the corners. This is something that teams practice all the time. Their 1st and 3rd scenarios. It's probably the most complex defensive scenario that an infield can find themselves in, because the pitch selection really starts to matter when runners are at the corners.
It does. And we've seen Falmouth have a couple of different plays defensively with it this season. Some fake throws, some throws down to second, some holding off. You always see something different.
Rosado, or rather Barfield ready to face Nick Croce, who takes a strike at the knees. 23 batters and 35 pitchers is the total who have appeared in a Falmouth uniform to this point in the summer. 0-1 off the outside edge. The average age of the hitters is 20.6 years old. The average age of the pitchers, 20.3 years old. Just looking through the baseball reference numbers and stats. Barfield's 1-1. Check swing. He makes contact with it. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
A lot of bright futures.
The oldest player to appear in a game is Christian Aiello, who's 23. The youngest two, of course, Wyatt Dion and Canyon Rosado. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back once more. Only 3 guys, rather 8 guys above the age of 21 on this squad. 1-2, fouled back once more.
Well, one of the coolest things about this roster is a lot of these guys might come back next summer.
Right.
A lot of guys going into their sophomore year, and you could be building something pretty special with this group.
Barfield taking some time to settle himself back in. He's operating with a 6-run advantage. One swing from Croce, maybe he gets Falmouth back into the ball game. And the 1-2. Runner goes, and no throws. Peralta's into second. And now Peralta dove off of the bag, but he's going to be back safe. I'm not sure what happened there.
I think he thought it was a foul ball or something,
maybe.
and I was incredibly confused of where he was going.
Yeah.
And why he was going back to first base. For a second, I thought I was fooled
Right.
that there was a foul ball. But no, it was Peralta just thinking something was going on. Thankfully, he's quick enough. He gets back.
Well, that's his 19th stolen base of the year. It's the 2-2 from Barfield. Downstairs, the count's full. That was a little close.
Pays off to be really fast.
Yes, it does.
He's smiling about it now in second.
Yeah. Cape's leader in stolen bases, along with Rustin Rigdon. Here's the 3-2. Croce fouls one off hard down the line. Hooks it around the American flagpole and right. And he'll see another 3-2.
How about what Armani Guzman has done? 18 games and 18 stolen bases.
That's a crazy rate, yeah. A 3-2 pitch once again with a base open at first, and it's a swing and a miss as Croce's down on strikes. Barfield strands 2. It's a 6-run lead for Wareham as we're through 5 in Falmouth.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, Use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pro Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. Cody Butt still in the game as we start the 6th inning, the last regular season home game for the Commodores in 2026. They'll have at least one home game in the postseason. Most likely just the one guaranteed in the first round. Well, just the one guaranteed in the first round, but they won't have home field advantage as it stands. I was listening to the Cubs game yesterday, and they had some fun with this. They were looking through this day in baseball history. And I found a website that tells me some fun things that have happened on this day, August 1st, the first day of the 8th month of the year. There's some good things in here.
That's some big trades.
And a pitch clock violation on Cody Butt. And it's 1-0 before the pitch. This day, let's see, in how about 1994, Cal Ripken Jr., the second major leaguer to play 2,000 straight games. That streak is never getting broken.
No.
I mean, it's just not going to happen.
No way. In today's game, there's no chance. You just don't see players do 162 games anymore. There's just no point.
No.
I mean, you don't want to get a guy injured, and people take off days.
People take off days. More guys to fill positions as well. How about this? This is a classic Red Sox moment for you. Thurman Munson and Carlton Fisk getting into a brawl on this day in 1973. As that pitch is there. It's 2-1 from Cody Butt.
Not enough brawls anymore in Major League Baseball.
It's a 2-1. Wave and a miss. Fastball at 82. You really think so?
I do.
I guess you like the entertainment.
It's fun.
Yeah, it can be. About 1977, Willie McCovey of the San Francisco Giants, his 18th career grand slam. And a wave and a miss on a 68-mile-an-hour curveball for strike 3.
Nasty.
Third K of the day for Cody Butt.
The movement is really impressive on
It
his
is.
pitches.
Yep. Six-run lead for the Gatemen. Falmouth has managed some hits, but no big swings, aside from the A.J. Putty home run. And that's right back up the middle for a base hit. Gets past Croce. And a one-out single for Levi Clark. Brings up Chase Cruson. 8th base hit of the day, or rather 7th base hit of the day for the Gatemen. What else do we have here? We have a lot of guys inducted into the Hall of Fame. Gil Hodges hitting his 13th Grand Slam to establish a new National League record back in 1957. That was the last Grand Slam in the history of the Brooklyn Dodgers. But starts with a ball outside, a curveball at 68. About a ball outside.
Little did the Brooklyn Dodgers know how good the LA Dodgers would become.
Yep. It's crazy to think that one broadcaster, Vin Scully, followed that team for however many years. What was it? 66 years in professional
very
baseball.
long time.
It was a really long time. One of the greats in our profession. He was the announcer for the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers for 67 years. Curveball's down and away at 67 miles an hour. But Scully just had a innate ability to tell stories. He always did games by himself most often, and there's YouTube compilations that you can just go watch Vin Scully telling stories. Some of them posted by the official Major League Baseball YouTube account, because he would just weave stories in and out of game action, and you would always perfectly time them to the baseball game.
Very impressive.
It's a special ability.
And that's the nature of baseball, and the fact that you can do that.
And 3-1's ripped into right field for another single for Chase Cruson, his first base hit of the day. 2-on-1 gone for Cody Butt. Scully passed away at the age of 94. This day tomorrow in 2022. A well-deserved Hall of Famer. I think a lot of broadcasters got into the profession because of Vin Scully.
Bob Costas was someone who aspired to be like him.
Yeah. 2 on with just 1 gone, and a fastball catches the zone to Cohen Nicolai, who's had a relatively solid day at the plate, all things considered. A single, a 3-run shot, and a walk. And by relatively solid, I mean incredible. Six-run lead for the Gatemen as there's a foul tip to the right-hand side. But it is a comfort to know that this is not the last home game of the year for the Commodores. They've got one more in the playoffs, probably going to be against the Bourne Braves, a team that they have played well, pretty well here at home. 2-1 at the Gov. 0-2's flied out into right field and out of play. Lands in the bullpen.
Clinched the playoffs against Bourne on Tuesday. So you have some experience of a higher pressure game beating Bourne.
No balls, 2 strikes to Cohen Nicolai. And it's a dribbler back to Butt. He's going to turn and throw to second, and they'll just get the out there, and it's runners at the corners with 2 outs. Probably the wise play, at least get one of the lead runners. You move a man over to third, but it's better than having guys at second and third.
Definitely a smart play. And it wasn't easy to turn around and throw it on the money, but Butt did a nice job.
So Nicolai reaches for the 4th time tonight on a fielder's choice. He's walked, he's hit a homer, he's singled, and then that fielder's choice. Dylan Passo was hit by a pitch his last time up. The left-handed hitting first baseman to the plate. Takes a curveball inside at 68. Wonder if Cody's got an eephus pitch.
I would love to see that.
Zach Greinke used to throw one of those.
Wonder what miles per hour it would be at.
Right. The 1 out. Outside.
You rarely see those nowadays.
It's just not a thing. You see it from positional players, but the eephus pitch is more of a trick pitch. It's not illegal, but still got to find the zone. Used very rarely at the major league level. That pitch in the dirt, 3-0 to Dylan Passo. Base open at second. And the 3-0's there as a get-me-over fastball. But the left-hander in his second appearance of the season, second against the Gatemen as well. Checks over to first, tags applied, they got him! Nice pickoff move by Cody Butt, and he points to Gialusi, who made the call to throw over to first. as that gets Butt out of the inning. One man left on third. It's 7-1 Wareham after 5.5.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Welcome back to the Gov 7-1 Gatemen as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. And hey, going into the playoffs, one thing that will be certainly important for the Commodores is power. And A.J. Putty finding his power stroke. That's the second consecutive home game, second time in 3 games in which Putty has gone yard. Deja vu all over again to the same spot. But this is no surprise for a Fighting Illini freshman who finished 5th in Illinois program history with hits by a freshman, 68, also second all-time for a freshman in the RBI department with 52. His 68 hits were the most by a freshman at Illinois since 2017. Home runs, most by a freshman at Illinois since 2009. And RBIs, most by a Fighting Illini first year since 2002. So the expectations loom large for A.J. Putty, who's put together quite the nice year now in 71 ball games between Illinois and the Commodores, 11 homers. Nice to see. Guys?
Thanks, Farrell. Yeah, Illinois has really got a special player over there in Urbana-Champaign. And a new arm into the game for the Wareham Gatemen. It's DJ Merriweather. Merriweather listed as a two-way guy out here on the Cape. He's actually hit a home run this summer as a hitter.
On the summer, pitching-wise,
I think he had. Now, maybe
2
that's
games.
He's allowed 1 home run. I think that the stat-keeping website's always a little wonky when it comes to two-way guys. There's just not that many of them.
He's made 2 appearances, 2 innings.
Wave and a miss from Austin Maley, his first at-bat of the day after being substituted in place of Braden Jeffries. Go back to the game last Friday. I believe Merriweather threw in that game as well. He threw an inning, 2 strikeouts. And Wareham's 14-2 win over the Commodores. Second to last game of the regular season, Maley takes up and out. Stopped his hands. Final line in the game for Jaden Barfield. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned as Maley swings and misses at a looping 12-6 curveball for the first out. 5 hits in 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, just 1 walk for Jaden Barfield. Our producer's telling us that the Bourne Braves have tied Yarmouth Dennis in their game. So if Falmouth loses and then Bourne comes back to win, I believe that would cement the Braves as the 2 seed. Because they only play Katuitt tomorrow. First pitch a strike to A.J. Putty, who's homered today.
And Katuitt is up 7-5 over Hyannis right now. That game was 7-2.
Yep.
Hyannis just scored 3 runs in the 6th.
It was 5-0. Hyannis, I think, through the 4th, didn't have a base hit.
Now 5.
That's a team that can pull a rally out of nowhere. 1-1, swung on and missed at 90 miles an hour.
They've won 6 in a row.
Chance to snatch away the division. They are in the lead from Bourne. And a swing and a miss. Second straight strikeout for DJ Merriweather. Bringing up Matthew Farner, who's 6 for 27 on his summer. First pitch, a strike on the outside part of the plate. But just looking ahead, Falmouth has played really close games all summer long to Bourne, save for one game at Doran Park, in which Bourne won, I believe, 8-1. So it should be a fun series if that is the matchup, as Farner is down on strikes. DJ Merriweather enters the game, strikes out the side. We go to the top of the 7th, 7-1 Wareham through 6.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
As we take a look at the scores across the Cape, brought to you by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism. 7 games across Cape Cod today. Falmouth has played 2 of them. Bourne has played 2 as well. Bourne lost earlier, 5-2 to Harwich. Another game that went final earlier today. A close one between Orleans and Brewster. Orleans and Brewster both with 10 hits. Firebirds won that one 5-4. Game still going on right now. Katuitt 7, Hyannis 5 in the bottom of the 7th. Katuitt with 7 runs on 10 hits today. Middle of the 8th between Whitey and Bourne. That's a 3-3 tie at the moment at Doran Park. And then the only other game just got tied. It's Harwich 2, Chatham 2 in the bottom of the 5th at Veterans Field.
And that game is just for fun at this point.
Pretty much.
Means nothing towards the standings. Both of those teams are locked in place. Harwich is the 3 seed, and Chatham is the 4 seed. But the other 2 games mean a whole lot.
Dude, Brewster losing today does not help their chances. Tomorrow, another 7 games. That's the last day of the regular season. All games are going to be 7 innings tomorrow, just to give pitchers league-wide a little bit of rest as we head into the postseason. Set everybody on a bit of a level playing field. The 1-0 from Cody Butt downstairs. So you got Brewster at Harwich tomorrow. Brewster tomorrow needs to win, and YD needs to lose for Brewster to be tied on points with the Red Sox in the East Division. Wave and a miss on the 2-0. I'm going to take a look at Whitey's schedule and see how they've played the Whitecaps this summer.
They lead the series, I believe.
I think you're right. Well, I'm not totally sure, to be honest.
Brewster
Let's
beat
see.
them the other day.
Yeah, they have won 3 games. Brewster's won 2 in that series, so I would assume that with that Brewster loss today, I think YD probably clinches the division title, maybe. And a wave and a miss, it's 3-2. But it doesn't say that on the standings website at this point. Oh, now it does, yes. YD has clinched the 1 seed in the East Division with that Brewster loss. Full count offering from Cody Butt. And a ground ball foul zipped over to the Falmouth dugout. So the Eastern Division is set. Yarmouth Dennis is going to host the playoff series against Chatham. And YD actually ends the season tomorrow playing Chatham.
Oh, how about that?
Butts 3-2 upstairs for ball 4. Passo aboard. Second time today. Second free pass he's earned himself.
Wonder what pitchers they throw out. Just anyone.
Tomorrow?
Anyone they got.
Let's find out. Well, there's for the Anglers, they have a hard-throwing right-hander named TBD. And then for Yarmouth Dennis, the southpaw, the strong sidewinder named TBD.
They're both really good.
Really, really good. I mean, they haven't even allowed a run yet.
0 numbers in every single category.
Yep. I mean, look at this, though. You have TBD is pitching for 8 different teams tomorrow.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy. Pickoff attempt over to first.
It's a lot of traveling for him, you think?
Yep. Of course, that meaning that the team has not decided who's going to throw for them. There's a strike from Cody Butt. Butt's provided some good innings out of the bullpen, thrown 2 innings to this point. He's thrown 48 pitches, 27 strikes. Ball and a strike, another check to first. Dylan Dubovic has had an interesting year with the Gatemen. Dylan at the University of Miami. Interesting there, too. 312, so he's not really translated over to the Woodbats terribly well, but his power has still been decent with the 1 home run this summer. That came against the Commodores right here at Gov Fuller Field. But his freshman season at Miami, really quite stellar. Hit 312, an OPS of 864, slugged 507, 7 homers, 30 RBI, patrolled the outfield at the U with Fabio Peralta. Grounded to short, second for 1, first for 2, a double play. Mark at 6-4-3, Turpins to Croce to Putty, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Last I checked, the Commodores led the league by a wide margin in double plays turned defensively. I'm going to double check that. And they do. That's their 35th of the year, rather 36th. They had one earlier today. And a foul tip from A.J. Ashatino.
Pretty much 1 per game.
Yep. The least in the league is Orleans, who've turned just 19. And the 0-1, off-speed pitch off of the glove of Gialusi. At 68-mile-an-hour curveball.
But it's working.
It
These
is.
Wareham hitters haven't had a good look at Butt yet.
The 0-2. It's a fly ball into center field. It drops in front of Fabio Peralta. And Ashatino's aboard for the second time today. He's got his first base hit. So a call back to a certain Nick Markakis moment at a Red Sox game a couple of years ago. Those who know.
That was a great moment.
Sure. The things you talk about when it's game 39 of 40 of the regular season. Not a particularly close game, but we're having fun here. Wareham got out to a hot start. Big third inning for the Gatemen. And here's a fly ball Deep into the night sky, right center field, Peralta ranging over. He makes the catch to retire the side. Two men stranded, or rather one man stranded for the Wareham Gatemen. It is 7-1 Wareham. Let's get up and stretch for the last time at home in the regular season. A great day for some baseball. 2 games today, and this is the last of those 2. To the bottom of the 7th we go.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Well, we are into the bottom of the 7th. Just the 1 run on the A.J. Putty homer for Falmouth. Tough one earlier today. This one has been another Wareham-Falmouth contest. That Wareham has just had the number of the Commodores. The Gatemen 2-16 on the road. And if it holds now, they're going to be 3-16 with 2 of those wins coming here at Gov Fuller Field for their road wins.
It's really weird.
It is.
And the other game at Gov Fuller Field this season was a game that Wareham should have won. They were up 3 runs going into the 9th inning. The Commodores rallied to win that one in extra innings. But, yeah, I mean, Wareham's going to come into the playoffs, and they're sneakily on a hot streak right now. I mean, Hyannis is 2, but that's likely the matchup, Wareham-Hyannis. I don't know. I mean, you never know.
You don't. Yeah, I mean, Hyannis playing really good baseball all the way around. They're going to win 7 straight if everything holds. Heading into the last day of the regular season.
I think they're still down.
No, they're tied now.
They're tied.
Wow, they've tied it up against Katuitt. Bottom 7 there.
Amazing. They were down 5 runs.
Yep. Inside and up to Jeff Luigi. Farrell and I were having this conversation last night. And we were going to try and name all 35 pitchers that have seen the mound for Falmouth. I don't know how many I'd get as there's a swing and a miss down to a 1-2 count as Luigi.
Straight off the cuff.
Yeah, no looking at notes, no nothing. I think I set Farrell's line at 33. He said that he could get 33.
I think he could maybe get 35.
Possibly, as it's rather a swing and a miss. Drop 3rd strike, and Luigi's tagged out. So that's the first out of the bottom of the 7th. 4th straight strikeout for DJ Merriweather out of the bullpen. And dating back to the 5th inning, that's the 5th straight Falmouth batting strikeout.
Yeah, the Doors just haven't been able to put up competitive at-bats the last couple innings.
And a first pitch swinging attempt for Mark Gialusi, and ranges back into fair territory for Dylan Passo, but he's got it for the 2nd out.
And I think it gets tougher at this point in the game, down 6 runs. Your 2nd game of the day, it's the first doubleheader of the season, and you had such a tough loss earlier today. Everything's kind of building up right now, and it's getting hard to put up consistently good at-bats.
Yeah, right. It is a little bit tough as a mound meeting starts for Wareham. No call to the bullpen just yet, but now they are actually going to make that change. Didn't see the Wareham manager motion over to left field, but he is going to make the call. Ryan Smith, the field manager for the Gatemen, has a new arm into the game for the Gatemen. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 2 gone, and the Gatemen up by 6 when we come back. new pitcher into the game for Wareham. It's number 30, Bryant Yoke, who's making his first appearance with the Gatemen this summer. Out of West Virginia, right-hander who hails from Mount Zion, West Virginia. Rather, from Parkersburg, West Virginia, 6'2", 180. And the right-hander will look to have a good first outing in a Gateman uniform late in the season.
29th pitcher of the summer for the Gatemen. So they've also dealt with a lot of arms throughout the season.
Everybody's seen guys come and go.
No one as much, maybe, as the Commodores, though.
Right. Now, after tonight, I'm going to go through and see total how many players for each team they've seen suit up, and then add that all up, see how many total players we've seen across the Cape. Now, I won't account for duplicates. I know the only duplicate I know of, a guy who's appeared for 2 teams, Timon Olfey, started the season with YD and then is now with the Chatham Anglers.
I would expect there's been a couple.
There's got to be more than just
might be
him.
forgetting a couple.
Right, or just ones that we don't know of. Adam Magpock as well. I believe with Brewster now.
Started the season with Brewster, I believe. Went to Orleans.
That's right. In 9 games for Brewster, but 20 with Orleans. That's down and out. Struggling to find the zone a little bit is Yoke.
Kind of a tough change of pace. You go from Brewster and win a lot of baseball games, then you go to Orleans and your last place.
Right. It was with Brewster in 2025, too. Bryant Yoke's Cape League debut we're watching here. He's yet to find the zone. It's 3-0. There is a righty warming up in the Falmouth bullpen. I can't really tell who it is. Three-0 to Turpins. Upstairs, ball 4. Ran it up to 96 that time. So some good velocity, but struggling to find the zone is Bryant Yoke. He allows his first walk in his Cape League debut. It's been a quiet one today. A fantastic ball game that took an extra inning. So that final in 8 over at Hyannis earlier this afternoon. We drove back, got some Taco Blanco on the way over here. Delicious. Waving a miss from Gregor. And then got ready to roll here. Pretty good day. Game 40 of 40 in the regular season. Tomorrow at Orleans. 0-1. Outside at 94 miles an hour. One count from Bryant Yoke to Gavin Gregor. Singled his last time up, fouls one off. Good velocity for Yoke. Starting to settle in and get near the zone, a mid-90s fastball. In the bottom of the 7th, it's a 6-run lead for Wareham. Wareham's already clinched the season series against the Commodores. And the runner goes, a wave and a miss, and that is the end of the 7th. We're through 7, 2 innings to go, a 6-run lead for the Gatemen. Wareham's got 1, 2, and 3. Hamilton, Cuff, and Clark due up when we come back for the top of the 8th.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Hello, Falmouth Bullpen. Fellas saying hello. That's a great group. We've featured them a couple of times. That's a great shot to have.
You can't go wrong with that shot.
You can't. I don't know if I'd trust any of them to put a headset on, but
Well, we could try it, possibly, with one game to go.
I don't think we're going to do that.
We'll see.
I don't know. Jack
It's not up to
Durso
us.
hijacked a camera headset and was causing chaos at a game earlier in July.
He liked to have his fun.
He sure did. Speaking of the number 15, it's the guy who took over his number, Jack Turgeson, into the game for Falmouth. Turgeson, a right-hander out of Mount Mercy, very familiar with Coach Dom. As we enter the top of the 8th, just a quiet night offensively for the Commodores. Jack Turgeson, number 15, to the game after Cody Butt settled in. Threw pretty well today. I mean, low leverage situation, yes, but 3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Got that ERA down a little bit.
Yeah, Bart did a
R.J.
nice
Hamilton
job.
to the plate. Yeah, he did.
It's a good bounce back from the first game he had against Wareham.
It says a lot about a guy to just bounce back and pitch a week later against the same team, some of the same players.
Especially with the way that game went.
Right.
Even though the offense hasn't gotten anything going for Falmouth, he certainly put them in a spot where they could have battled back at times.
And that first pitch from Jack Turgeson downstairs. Fourth pitcher of the day for the Commodores. In the top of the 8th, a 6-run lead for the Gatemen. Fastball upstairs. So as it stands right now, Falmouth will play its first home playoff game in the last 3 seasons next Wednesday. That's a strike from Turgeson at 85. I expect that fan turnout on Wednesday night to be something special.
I would love to see a lot of people at Gov Fuller Field. If you're tuning in right now and can make it,
Make your plans, folks. Yep. Now, to make that official, stay tuned, of course, to the Commodores social channels and go visit the Commodores website at capecodleague.com/Falmouth. Three-one. Hit in the air to deep left field. It's ranging back, looking up at it is Lucci. It's near the wall, and it is gone. R.J. Hamilton crushes a ball out to deep left field, and it's 8-1 Wareham. His 3rd homer of the year. 2nd home run of the day for the Gatemen. They're up by 7.
Something about playing at Gov Fuller Field for R.J. Hamilton. That's his 2nd home run at Gov Fuller Field. He led off the game of the game that was suspended with a home run.
Right. That was a towering blast. Stuck up in the night sky, and the third base umpire, Joe Gravina, made that call. That first pitch now to Connor Cuff is upstairs. That was the first time this year where I was not able to track a ball all the way out. I had to look at Gravina to make sure that that pitch or that ball stayed fair, and it did. Foul ball, heads up, Lump.
He's got enough experience over there. I'm sure he's ready for anything.
Yep, he leaned out of the way. Jack Dom seemed a little more phased than Paul Evans did. I think it hit off the top of the dugout. A 1-1 count to Connor Cuff after the leadoff shot in this 8th from Hamilton. And that's ripped into right field for a single by Connor Cuff. His 4th base hit in 5 attempts today. 3 singles and a double for Connor Cuff.
Makes up over a third of Gatemen's hits.
Good changeup from Turgeson to start Levi Clark down 0-1. Clark singled his last time up, was stranded at third. Top of the 8th, Katuitt up 11-7. A 2 RBI double from Hogan Denny, and then a sac fly from Sam Christensen. Has the Katuitt Kettleers up by 4 in the top of the 8th there. So the Kettleers might be able to break the streak for Hyannis and stop it at 6.
It's now 12-7.
Yeah, another run just scored. Whitey and Bourne are going to extra innings. 3-3. 9 innings not enough to decide that one. Harwich and Chatham are tied 2-2 in the top of the 7th. So only 4 games still active across the Cape at this point in the evening. 3-1 well outside. It's going to be ball 4. Cuff to second. He's already scored 3 times today. And the second straight plate appearance for Clark in which he's aboard. Interested to see what lineup gets rolled out for Falmouth tomorrow in the 7th inning season finale against Orleans. I'd imagine to be same old, just to make sure guys are ready to go for the postseason.
It will be interesting.
Yeah, it will.
Most likely, unless this game changes, both teams will have nothing to play for.
Right.
Just for fun of the game.
Got to play the games. It'll be the last home game of the year for Orleans, who's eliminated. And the 0-1 inside. Orleans consistently gets some of the best attendance on all of Cape Cod. They won their division last year, but just not to be this year. Ball and a strike from Turgeson. And a bloop drive over the head of Turpins at short. And it loads the bases with nobody gone in the top of the 8th. Turpins just backed up on it, but a little late to the ball. Nothing he could do, and the bases are juiced for who else but Cohen Naklai.
Wareham has also consistently been below or even, with Orleans in the standings. Orleans has 28 points and Wareham 26 on the season right now.
Yeah, there was a lot of time where Bourne, who was leading the West Division, would not even be in the top 3 of the East. I don't think that's true anymore. Yeah, Hyannis would be the third-place team with their 42 points. But Whitey and Brewster just so far ahead of everybody else. Whitey with 55 points, Brewster with 53. 0-1 to Cohen Nicolai, who's got 4 runs batted in already, and he fouls one off. It's 0-2.
And if these 3 runs score, then Wareham would be in a mercy rule situation.
Yep. Nicolai's already hit a home run today. That was back off of Brady Chambers in the top of the 3rd. 0-2, well up and outside. It's been a humid day here in Falmouth. A little bit toasty over there in Hyannis for game 1, but not too bad. And the 1-2 from Turgeson upstairs evens it up. Timmy, what's been your favorite Commodores moment of the season thus far? If you had to say, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but curious what you might say.
The first thing my mind comes to is Ben Slanker's 2-run home run against Katuitt, where it became 10-10 in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
That game was so silly.
Which was one of the craziest baseball things I've ever seen.
That was just weird. Fun one, though. It was a long baseball game. 2-2, called strike 3 upstairs. Nicolai can't believe it. And that's out number 1. So no grand slam for Nicolai, at least not tonight.
The other thing I go to is the 4-game win streak
Yeah.
by Falmouth.
Yep.
Capped off by a 15-7 win against Hyannis.
A time where they really needed it, too. One gone, bases juiced, and a ground ball to the right-hand side for Putty, who's just going to take the out at first. 1 run comes across. It's 9-1 Wareham. And the second out in the 8th. Winning the home opener was a lot of fun, too. And in the fashion
that game was awesome.
That was. Pearson Reebok stole 4 bases.
It's a wacky game.
I'm going to go back and look at what the starting lineup was for Falmouth in that contest, and I'll tell you here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to quiz you.
Okay. You can.
Let's see. Actually, we might wait on that. We'll wait until the bottom of the 8th. First pitch, a strike to Dubovic.
I promise I won't look.
All right. I believe you. Bookmark that one. So Cuff came along to score on that ground out. Clark over to 3rd, Cruson to 2nd. Second run of the inning for Wareham as the line drive. Diving and can't make the catch is Turpins is going to throw to 1st. It's not in time. Would have been a spectacular play, but just popped out of the glove as he went to the ground. It's 10-1. Almost got out of the inning. Ever so close.
And Wareham has the mercy rule run on 3rd base.
Right.
That's a big runner.
It's an infield single. No doubt about that. First RBI of the day for Dylan Dubovic, his 10th of the summer. Scores Levi Clark from 3rd. Chase Cruson moves up to 3rd base. Runners at the corners with 2 men gone. Turgeson comes home. That's a strike. One thing's for sure, I am glad that the Commodores are not facing the Gatemen in the first round of the playoffs.
Which is crazy to say, but it's been true this season.
Foul tip. It's really the only team that has consistently had the Commodores' number in blowout games. You would have said Harwich after the first 2 games Falmouth and the Mariners played, but Commodores turned in some good performances to end the season against the Mariners. And Turgeson misses downstairs, and now Putty's going to have to throw to short, and they've got Dubovic into a pickle, going home, and the run scores. It's 11-1. They tried to switch the play, and Dubovic safe at second.
I am so confused. I mean, they could have easily. I don't know what happened there. It was just a lack of judgment.
So it's 11-1. Mercy rule in effect if Falmouth can't score a run in the bottom of the 8th. And now that is through the infield. That is going to score another run. 12-1 Wareham in the 8th. 5 runs in this inning.
I mean,
that's Chase Cruson stealing home right there, technically.
It's just a tough way for a day of a doubleheader to end like this.
Yep.
And you went into today, and you went into the 6th inning in Hyannis feeling like you actually had a chance at getting first place.
How different does today look if they're able to pull out that game?
The craziest thing is you win that game, and YD's now up 6-3 over Bourne. And
wow, big top of the 10th for them.
Against Hyannis. You always want to play the what-if game. I understand that, and it hasn't happened, but if Falmouth won both games today, they would be in first place in the West Division.
It must have gone in one ear out the other, but Katuitt up 15-7 now on Hyannis.
Amazing.
Fly ball into foul territory, running out of room is Maley, and he makes the catch, but it is out of play, but Jake Brichta calls it an out. Okay, I guess Falmouth will take it. I mean, that ball is 100% out of play, but you know what? That's all right. We'll call it an out. That ends the top of the 8th, and we go to the bottom of the inning.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team, the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Well, the upcoming schedule, there's just one game left. So
There's
sad.
not much.
But the Doors have more baseball to play. The postseason just coming up. 2026 Cape Cod Baseball League postseason coming your way. Of course, the postseason and the playoffs brought to you by Reader's Hardwood Supply this August. It's a race to the finish in the postseason, done in 9 days, if all goes well with rain.
All that matters is you get hot for 9 days.
Yep.
If you can do that and you're in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Mike Atakis into the game, or in place of Bryant Yoke. Clark only got the one out. He did strike a guy out. I find that pop out really funny at the end of the top of the 8th because Austin Bailey's feet were in the grass to the foul side of the gravel warning track, which means that he's out of play, and that ball should be ruled as a foul ball. But I think Mr. Brickton might just want to go home.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's possible.
But it was out of play.
Yep.
But hey,
Right.
Falmouth will take it.
Yep. Top of the order for the Commodores, it's Fabio Peralta, Nick Croce, and Austin Maley to the dish. Peralta's reached base. It's 0 for 3. Stole a bag as well. He fouls the first pitch he sees off from Takis. New catcher into the game as well, trying to figure out who that is. But his catcher's gear is blocking his number on the back of his jersey. Oh, that's right. I was going to quiz you on the
Yeah.
opening
Still
day
waiting.
roster. Game 1 of
Still waiting.
40. Wait a miss.
Haven't looked, I promise.
Okay, so
I thought about it a little bit.
do you want me here? Batting first, who do you think
It
would
was
that have been?
Ty Konis,
That's
I
true,
believe.
and he was
and
playing.
he had a double, right?
He did, yeah, double
He was
off
batting
the wall.
shortstop.
That's
I think.
right.
Yep.
Playing
On that.
center and hitting second.
Okay.
As Peralta's
Playing
down on strikes. Yeah, the center fielder.
field.
Yep,
It would have been Gavin Greger.
that's correct.
Okay.
In the
2 for
3-hole.
2. Ooh, 3 is where it gets tough.
Okay.
But
you don't
I
have to get them in
wanna
order.
go-
If you guess the guy who was in the lineup, I'll tell you if
I
he
want
was
to
or not.
go Riley Jackson.
You'd be correct.
Okay. All right.
And
3
he
for
was
3.
playing.
First base.
That's correct.
Oh, my goodness. All right. 3 for 3.
First pitch, a strike to Nick Croce. How about the cleanup man that night?
This is where it gets tougher.
Okay.
But I want to go Ben Slinker.
You'd be correct.
Okay.
And he was
all right.
playing.
I'm going to guess he was playing right field.
Incorrect.
Left field.
He was a DH that night.
Oh, that's unfair.
But, you got him, though. All right,
Okay.
hitting fifth that day. Here's
Hitting
an
fifth.
infielder for you.
Infielder. Okay, that helps.
This might be a tough one for you.
Okay.
The 0-2 on the way. Croce takes
Pearson
well
Reebok.
outside. Nope. But he was in the lineup. He was in the 9 slot that
Okay.
night. He was playing left.
Infielder. So it must have been the third baseman.
Yep.
Who would have been third base? One of the first games.
1-2
This is
outside.
tough.
He wasn't here for very long, but not by his
this
own
is-
accord.
This is interesting. I just heard it from our producer.
Landon, we're playing a game up here. Here's a ground ball. Nice play by the shortstop today, Connor Cuff. And
But
that
John
went down to its
Martinez
last out. Yep,
takes
John
Landon
Martinez
Stills.
behind the plate. As before we get to our first game lineup, we remind you that this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized retransmission, duplication, or any other use is strictly prohibited by the Cape Cod Baseball League.
JJ Kennett behind the plate.
That's correct.
Okay.
And now you're dismissing the 7 and 8 hitters.
Okay. 7th.
And the ground ball to the left-hand side, fielded on a backhand by the shortstop Cuff, and that's going to do it. To end the game for you, Anthony Diaz was in right, Nick Van Tyker at second.
Oh,
But
okay.
we are through 39 games. Final score tonight, 12-1. Tough one for the Doors. Tough day after a heartbreaking loss today and just never really got it going against the Gatemen today. But got one more tomorrow and then an off day on Monday. And then we'll be in the playoffs. It's an exciting time.
And the one game to go now, doesn't really matter in
Right.
terms of your seeding or anything. It's just to go out and play baseball, have fun. But it is getting to a really exciting time of year for Falmouth to be back in the playoffs. And you're not going to face Wareham, at least in the first round. So
Right.
that's good. You know what's funny is if the Commodores won both games today, which then they would be in first place, then they would be in very prime position to play the Gatemen, which right now has not been working out too well.
Not too great. But
so maybe that was a thought. Probably
the Gatemen win the season series 4-1 against the Commodores. So the final record against West Division teams for the Doors. Not too shabby. I think I'm missing a couple of games here.
4-1 against Katuitt.
Yep.
1-4 against Wareham.
So that's
2-2 and 1 against
Just
Bourne.
has to add up to 20, and I'm not the best at doing this math here. But
And 2 and 3 against Hyannis.
okay, so
under 500 on
but
the season
not by
one
much.
Game. 1 game.
So maybe that would have been what? Gosh, this is really struggling.
All right,
here.
let's
well,
go through it.
You do that.
I'll do it.
Yeah. The final score, the final tally tonight is 12 runs for the Gatemen on 14 hits, no errors in the field. Falmouth managed 1 run on 5 hits. That 1 run, a solo shot from A.J. Putty in the 4th, his second homer in 2 days. And just a tough one to end the home regular season, but Falmouth still has the postseason to look forward to here at the Gov. An 11-run loss for the Commodores, but of course, down on the sideline is our very own Farrell Hudson with Jack Down.
Thanks, guys. Post-game with Coach Dom. Coach, not the results you were anticipating today, but throwing it back to Game 1 earlier and Wyatt Dion's start. What did you like in your left-hander and 4 1/3 scoreless?
Boy, I liked everything about it. He threw strikes, he competed, had good pace to what he was doing, so he threw tremendously. Really gave up, 2 hits, and one of them I thought the umpire missed a call. So he did a great job out there, and that was a tough loss for us because we had we had control of that game, but we also didn't tack on, and then we made a couple mistakes. They hit a couple bleeders, and they're playing well, so that was a tough loss, but and then this game didn't go like we wanted to. Gave up some runs early, but we're getting our pitching in order for the tournament, and also we're giving a couple guys some breaks. So we're getting ourselves ready for Tuesday. 2
different lineup combinations today. Does the result more concern or possibly excite you of the possibilities going into this playoff series?
You know what? So much of it's who you have on the mound, and people panicked a couple days ago when we lost two games, and then we come back and have a good. We had a really good week again, and it's all it's on the mound. We're a little short on the mound right now, but that's part of it. But we're going to compete, and once we get those playoffs, you never know what's going to happen.
2 straight evenings with a homer from A.J. Putty. What have you been liking from his bat lately?
Yeah, when he got here, he was hot, and then he kind of cooled off a little bit. In fact, he wasn't going to play the second game today, but I wanted to make sure we kept him going. Plus, we wanted to get Tommy a little bit of a break and get some guys off their feet. But AJ's been doing good. When he gets a pitch to hit, he's not missing it right now. And 2 home runs, that's a big positive. Everybody's throwing left-handers against us right now since we've got so many left-hand hitters. And AJ, getting hot is real important as we go in the playoffs.
A 7-inning game to conclude the regular season tomorrow against the Orleans Firebirds, an opponent in which you're 3-0 against. What are you looking to see different from today's results?
Well, just, hopefully we can play with a little more energy. The pace of the game wasn't good in the second ball game, just slow. I always compare it to going to the dentist. It's just agony when a game takes that long. I'd like to see a little more pace, and we're going to have to bring the energy. They've been eliminated for a while, and they're playing a bunch of doubleheaders, and they're going to want to get through this thing. So hopefully we can jump on them early, and then our pitchers can throw some strikes. We're going to have a new guy, Matt Murtaugh, on the hill, so hopefully he can handle quite a bit of that game tomorrow.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Guys.
Thanks ever so much, Farrell. Great job as always. Well, that wraps it up for the regular season coverage here at the Gov. So hard to believe that it's flown by this fast, but we're not done just yet.
We're not done. And the playoffs are coming, and they're coming soon. And they're coming to Gov Fuller Field soon for the first time in a long time.
What a great sentence that is, huh?
Yeah, it sure is. And
fires me up.
First time since 2023. So if you can make it to Gov Fuller Field, certainly come out and support. We'll see by the end of tonight, most likely, what the Commodores' fate will be. As we speak, YD is up 6-4 over Bourne. In the bottom of the 10th, Bourne has no outs and a runner on second. If they were to get a win in that game, then we wouldn't know the Commodores' opponent. But
Right.
if result holds right now, YD wins, Falmouth plays Bourne on the road, game 1 on Tuesday.
That'll be on August 4th. They'll play either the Bourne Braves, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Game 2 of that series will be here at the Gov. Game 3, if needed, will be on the road. But that is all we've got here from Falmouth tonight, of course, with production facilities provided by Falmouth Community Television, which provides the equipment that we need to put these shows on the air for you. Your final tallies tonight from Gov Fuller Field: 12 runs for the Gatemen on 14 hits, no errors. 1 run for the Commodores on 5 hits, no errors for them as well. Last regular season home game of the year. One more tomorrow, but a 7-inning contest at Orleans. But we'll be back here on Wednesday for the postseason. What a blast that is to be able to say that. Falmouth back in the postseason for the first time since the summer of 2023. But we say so long here in the regular season. Game 40 of 40 tomorrow at Orleans. That evening over on the eastern part of Cape Cod. But for everybody involved in this broadcast, for our producers, Landon Stills and Skylar Ellis, our director, Emily Gerard, our sideline reporter, Farrell Hudson tonight, and of course, Timmy Weiss, my co-broadcaster. I'm Andrew Hilsman saying so long. Doors look to get back in the win column in Game 40 of 40 of the regular season tomorrow night.